All right, Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast. This is for November 27th through the 3rd of December 2017. And this video is for Sidereal. If you are new to the channel, check out the link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs. So you do want to make sure you're watching this video for the right sign. All right, so this week we have a lot of important events this weekend. And the general gist of it is that we have a full moon on Sunday, with Mercury going retrograde, and a very important aspect here, Jupiter trining up to Neptune. So all in all, though, we'll talk about that when we get there, but this week is this sort of increasing energy, this increasing awareness, and a great time to do a status check over the weekend in terms of some areas of life which for you will be pertaining to your work and your routine. So leading up to that here, Monday, Tuesday, we do have Mercury over Saturn. So it is this establishment type of energy of building some things in our life. And I think for you, it is about building your spiritual well-being, which is really nothing out of the ordinary because you've already been doing this for the past couple of years. A lot of you breaking some unhealthy habits or bringing some more peace into your life. And so this is now what can be a very good energy to work with about establishing, kind of like finishing up actually, anything involving this 12th house of spirituality, of psychology, of essentially finding more peace in your life. So that's the beginning of the week, and do know that this is going to get revisited next week once Mercury goes retrograde back over Saturn. So good to be flexible, but building those foundations nonetheless. So once we get into here about Thursday, Friday, we are going to have Mars opposite up to Uranus. This is a bit of collectively erratic energy, kind of feels like things are all over the place, or maybe it's within ourself, right? Like a bit of nervousness or anxiety or something. But however you're feeling that, it is good to stay nice and balanced with this. There might be something out of the ordinary, out of left field, maybe pertaining to the home life or family life or your health in some way. But, it's all about freedom is really what it's about. Bringing in more freedom with your roots and foundations. And that's what Uranus has been helping you do these past 8 years, is to, create some change here. And again, it's nothing out of the ordinary. You've already been experiencing this, so nothing major. But balancing this also with your career. A lot of you have been putting in a lot of motivation and drive towards your career these past couple months. And so, this is the classic example of we've got to have good foundations, and in this case, freedom with our foundations, in order to have good career and productive life. So something to listen to with that, and any decisions, I think creating that moderate, balanced approach to it will be great. Also, too, if you feel any type of wanting to break free with your self-expression, things that you're passionate about, or things you're creating, could be really good to, again, listen to that freedom, listen to that change, and integrate it in healthy ways. All right, so once we get into this weekend, Jupiter trining Neptune, very nice aspect, especially for your sign, because it is involving your ruler. This is going to be an aspect taking us all the way into August of 2018. And so the way this feels is, in this case, probably a bit easygoing, very receptive, unconditional, accepting, very beautiful with all the spiritual stuff. And for a lot of you, it could be because of the spiritual work you've been doing these past couple of years. But whatever it is, it's linking up some nice areas. It's linking up also the home stuff. There could be this, very good receptive energy about home, generally through up until August. There is also this, right now it has been an expansion with your career, right? So there could be some easygoiness with the career this week. But what I think you'll likely notice the most is going into next week, the shift into your friend sector or into your future aspirations. Just feeling a bit like there's possibilities, there's potentials when it comes to spending time with your friends or your community. And then also to expand upon your aspirations. So great to listen to that. Again, very supportive energy. A lot of you are going to notice this shift with your ruler going into the 11th. It'll be mostly next week, but it is setting a stage that's giving you some expansion there through 2018. All right, now the full moon is going to be in that 6th house, right? So the illumination here is on your work, is on your routine. Great to do a status check with this area. And this full moon is going to be squaring up to Neptune. So there is this integration needed collectively for all of us. I think there's this collective sort of uncertainty, doubt, haze, or apathy kind of energy. And so it is the mind where that's coming from. So it is about living in the present moment, being present, letting go of what's outside of our control. Everything is perfect, actually, the way that it is. And with this awareness, this now moment awareness, it helps us really appreciate and be grateful and have a tremendous joy in our life. And so this is involving for you your alone time, your spiritual energy, which there is a lot of concentration on right now. Really good for you to be getting your alone time as it was last week and whatnot. Maybe getting in touch with your deep spiritual self, your deep psyche as well. And balancing that with the routine, right? Because in order to do the routine and all this stuff and day-to-day work and whatnot, we do need to have peace. We do need to have presence. We do need to have rest and all this. So challenging yourself to do that is great, especially if it's resting the mind. You got Neptune in your third house, resting your perspective, your mind, communication, letting go of anything outside of your control, to be present with our minds and with life and your routine and your spiritual self. So the other thing I want to mention is that the Mercury retrograde, going retrograde on Sunday at the same time as the full moon, is actually going to be retrograde in your sign just at first, very briefly, because Mercury just barely dipped into your sign this week. It's now going retrograde at the end of the week. So on some level, maybe this weekend, rethinking some things pertaining to yourself and your goals. However, where I think most of the retrograde will be is on your 12th house. And this is the area that has to do with re-examining, again, our spiritual self and our psyche and the deeper side of things. So allow yourself these next few weeks to, again, maybe try some new things with your habits, try some new things with your spirituality, your alone time, relearn about yourself psychologically, relearn about your dreams, keep a dream journal, whatever it is here, because there is some deep spiritual insight that is coming in for mostly your sign, but all of us with this square up to Neptune. But mostly your sign here with all this 12th house stuff that Mercury retrograde is going to help you learn about with yourself, so that at the end of the day, again, you can have more peace and tranquility in your life. All right, so Sagittarius, have a great week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for the next forecast. Take care.